this troubled side.
So when you come close, my baby is a no. So leave my baby boo on the dance floor, cause my baby go slow. My baby want I'm here all night, oh don't you know?
Your body good to me. I don't want nobody touching on my baby. You say you're there for me. Anytime you want it, no, I am ready.
I don't waste your time whenever you call. I'm saving my love for you. I know just what you like. I don't want nobody touching on my baby. I don't want nobody, body. I don't want nobody touching on my baby. Body. I don't want nobody touching on my baby. Run, and you better run. Cause I'm packing a gun.
A gun, I'm coming in hot and I'm heavy.
What? That's a gun. My man, look for another one.
Alarm, I'll ring the alarm. Cause I don't want nobody touching on my baby. And if you think I'm going crazy, yeah, I might be. And don't you know that I don't call myself a lady? Hands up, back up, yeah.
Nakumbuka ulivyosema hadi tena wanipenda, nikiwaza pia ulivyonitenda hapo mapema kunitenda. Na nyumbani nishaenda mara kadhaa, wengi nishapenda, nani afaye penzi langu la ukweli, nishapatana na line zako dedi. So don't take it personally. I don't think you should be with anybody. Naona duni afadhali ubaki peke yako. So baki peke yako, umevunja wengi. Baki peke yako, baki peke yako, umevunja wengi. Baki peke yako. Baki peke yako, umevunja wengi. Baki peke yako. Baki peke yako, umevunja wengi. Baki peke yako. Hizi vitu zifanyika, ni pilka madem Johnny wengi bani wendo minaita. Hao wengine nilicheza nao, lakini penzi yenye mimi sitawasahau. Ni ile penzi ulinipa mpaka sahi niko gaifa fasta ipata penzi kama lako. Ni kweli mimi ndio nilikuparada kucheza nje na kuhanya, nimebaki na mawazo. Baki peke yako, umevunja wengi. Baki peke yako, baki peke yako, umevunja wengi. Baki peke yako, baki peke yako, umevunja wengi. Baki peke yako, baki peke yako, umevunja wengi. Baki peke yako. Uko wapi sasa? Bila we siko sawa, nimekosa raha. Na najua mabeshte wako wananisemanga, mara waliniona huku, mara waliniona kule, wananikilianga bure huku. Nisamehe, désolé. Nisamehe, baki peke yako, umevunja wengi. Baki peke yako, baki peke yako, umevunja wengi. Baki peke yako, baki
Pawa Radio. Tune in and power up.
Hello, yes. Happy new week. We were having some technical difficulties, but we're back. Hello, my name is Muthoni Gitau, and this is Power Radio. You're listening to She Talks. We're usually live every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 11 a.m. through to 1 p.m. To start off the show today, we started with Emma Chiruto and Muthaka giving us Touching on My Baby. And we were listening to Njirai with her music for the Down Bad Girls, Baki Pekeako. I am sort of excited. I don't know. I feel like I'm here. And at this point, that's like the best that I can do. The best I can do at this point is being here. So we're just gonna leave it that. This morning I was talking to my friend and I was telling her how I don't have the capacity to receive any more bad news because the last 3 weeks it's just been one thing after another, after another, after another. And I am exhausted. I am at my fullest. I can't receive any more bad news because as it is, I'm really struggling because there's so much I'm dealing with emotionally and I don't think I've had enough time to just feel through the things and all that stuff. So I'm going to try my best to, keep you excited as we look through what's happening in this country today because I was trying to see what's in the papers and the first thing I saw just broke my heart into a million tiny pieces. But I'm like, at this point, what's new? I genuinely need some good news, honestly. I really, really do. Here's Tetushani teaming up with Chemutai Sage to give you Legend.
Power Radio. Tune in and power up.
It's the legend of the troubadour. It's the legend.
Even if the sun don't shine, I don't mind. I just light a candle. Even if my plans fall through, I hold on 'cause I like to battle. Even when it all falls down, down, down. Oh, yeah. I keep my head high and wear my crown, crown, crown. Oh, yeah.
All the things we've come to know, they have all been done before. Pay your respect to the greats. We stand on the shoulders of giants who have suffered for things we take for granted today. Though I make it look easy, it will never be easy. Put your work and do your time, everything will be just fine, and let the Lord do the rest.
Even if the sun don't shine, I don't mind. I just light a candle. Even if my plans fall through, I hold on 'cause I like to battle. Even when it all falls down, down, down. Oh, yeah. I keep my head high and wear my crown, crown, crown. Oh, yeah.
Big and I rebuke you, get thee behind. I have to keep my focus and clear my sight. Self-doubt and depression stay out my mind. I'm the legend of the troubadour. Lo and behold, there's an awesome sight of a man who was bold and he paid the price. Now the bones of his enemies trail behind. It's the legend of the troubadour.
Even if the sun don't shine, I don't mind. I just light a candle. Even if my plans fall through, I hold on 'cause I like to battle. Even when it all falls down, down, down. Oh, yeah. I keep my head high and wear my crown, crown, crown. Oh, yeah. Oh, do I struggle? Yes, I do. Get discouraged? Yes, that's
legend of the troubadour. Hey, come on. It's the legend of the troubadour. It's the legend of the troubadour. It's the legend of the troubadour.
Power Radio. Tune in and power up.
Let's get right into the threads because it's Monday. There's a lot of things to go through. There's something that I saw this morning that caught my attention. It was a tweet in regards to the Kenya Air Force that was doing. So the Kenya Air Force Special Forces Rapid Response Unit that is based in Wajir, were doing drills using like choppers and stuff, and they're doing all the things. But someone pointed out something very important and said, but when Kenyans are being marooned by floods, the helicopters were on holiday. And it's true, because when a politician needs to use a chopper, it's available. But when Kenyans need to be saved from the tops of their roofs, you have to wait for a comedian to come with a boat to save your lives. It's like, very interesting. I'm like, yeah, I understand the need for drills, but these drills would only make sense if they work beyond the drills. After you do the drills, do you use these things? It's literally called the Rapid Response Unit. But you all never responded to anything that was happening when Kenyans were, caught up in the floods, which again, back to not having capacity to deal with any more bad news. There's been no follow-up with the guys who are caught up in the floods. People who are missing, were they found? We don't know. There are so many lives that were lost, and people were in despair, people were displaced, people were homeless. Then the next thing that came were the evictions. And then I personally just think it's a misdirection tactic. They just don't want us to pay attention to the things that are happening. It's like, if you bombard me with a lot of bad things, it's only going to take a very short period of time before I am tired and exhausted and I can't deal with anything else. And I think that's the thing. It's like they're just trying to tire us down as much as they can. And by they, I mean politicians, if you're wondering. There's a story that made it to Bloomberg that was written that apparently the Maasai are getting pushed out of their land so that Dubai royalty can shoot lions. And I was like, wait, what? So this story is in the Kenya-Tanzania border, and the Tanzanian government want big tourism money, and then what they've done is they're bringing, like, guys are coming and buying off the land, and then what they're doing, because you see, the thing is, I think African communities, we're so used to living with the animals, we live together, hatusumbuani, but because even like anytime you hear the wildlife has come to where people are, it's because either we went and started building houses there, think Rongai and such. Two, they don't have food, so they're looking for food, and they end up showing up where people are, and then that's what's causing us seeing more wildlife closer to where we live. My friend was doing a documentary late last year in Kilifi, and it's a story about food. And these people were just talking about how elephants are making their lives miserable because they can't plant foods because elephants will come and just eat. But then I was like, it's because the elephants also don't have food. So they're coming to where the people are. Even like they understand why the elephants are coming. It's because there's drought everywhere. They are struggling with food as human beings, and so are the elephants. So the elephants will just show up, come into your shamba, ulikuwa umepanda mahindi, wako like, hey, finally something to eat. Skuma, they'll just eat it. So it was like there was a fight there, and they were seeing like herds and herds of elephants showing up in the morning, in the evening, because they're in search of food. So it goes back to the thing we're talking about, the fact that the fake fertilizer was not taken so seriously, and this, you'll see the repercussions of that fake fertilizer very, very soon, because we'll be dealing with issues, a lot of issues when it comes to food security. We were already struggling when it comes to food security as it was. And I feel like things are about to get really bad because now, like I said, we don't even know what this fertilizer has done to the land because it was being used. We don't know what it's done. We saw them trying to push for GMO seeds. And these seeds are, you can't reproduce from the product. You see what helps with our food security is if I panda my beans, when I harvest, I save a portion of those beans and replant them for the next season. That's how our cycle usually works. But then with the seeds that these people want us to use now, it's after I harvest, I can't use the products that I've harvested for the next season. I have to go buy new seeds. With which I'm like, how the hell is that sustainable? I thought we're all about saving the planet and climate change and making things sustainable. That's not sustainable. So what if, this is a conspiracy theory that I'm going to throw out there, what if the whole fake fertilizer thing was to make our land so bad that we'd have to use those GMO seeds? What if? I don't know. Like I said, conspiracy theory that just came to me 2 seconds ago. I'm just saying. That's sad if you think about it. That's scary. Not even just sad. That's actually scary. Someone tweeted something yesterday. I don't know how true this is, but they're a lawyer, so they might know more about this than me. If I'm wrong, James will come and tell us. Maybe we should ask James. But apparently, there's no legal obligation to hang the president's portrait in your business premises. It's not a legal requirement. You can remove it and replace it with whatever you want. It can be Jesus. It can be your girlfriend. It can be anything. And so this person was saying, if you're harassed, you can contact him. He's a legal advisor. But it was like, if someone harasses you for not having the portrait of a president in your business premise, just call him. He will help you out because apparently it's not a legal requirement. And I was like, that's very good to know. I don't have any legal premises any business premises that I would want to hang anything. But now I think if I do get one, I'll definitely hang the photo of my cats. I should do like a family portrait of just my cats and just have that there. If ever. I think that's what I would do. But that was actually a very interesting thing to learn. And I'm like, I like that. Because I've never understood why we usually have them. Like, you don't own this business. You don't do anything here. Also, I don't want to see a photo of you. I'm like, ever imagine like right now with the way it's so hard to just be a Kenyan citizen. I love every time you walk into your own business, you're reminded about how hard it is to operate businesses in this country because you have the photo of the person who's making it difficult for you right there, staring at you in the face. Last week, we did a story about Ian Njoroge, the young man who was caught up in a brawl between him and an officer. He ended up getting arrested, and he was arraigned in court on Friday morning, and they were seeking bail or bond for him, and it was set at 700,000 Kenya shillings. But the thing that was that caught my attention about this was that when the judgment was being passed or when the thing was being granted, the judge said that they wanted the kid to stay in custody because there's cops who wanted to revenge out here. And I was like, isn't that a scary thing? And then secondly, isn't he then in more danger behind bars? Because literally that's where the cops reside, right? So his bail was set at 700,000 shillings. This was Friday afternoon, late in the evening. So he had to spend the weekend there. And hopefully he'll be able to go home because he was being processed because the weekend and all. So hopefully he'll be able to go home today. But there's been a lot of discourse around his arrest and everything that's happened. And another thing that I feel like needs to be addressed, and I'm waiting to see if a case will be brought forward, is the fact that when he was arrested, he was fine. But by the time he was being arraigned in court, he had a broken wrist. his jaw was dislocated. He had like a broken arm. He had not even been taken to the hospital. They weren't allowing him to go to the hospital. So one of the reasons that the guys were asking for bills, that he can also be taken to the hospital and get a proper checkup. So there's someone who shared the same thoughts that I've been having. They said, I'm still struggling to understand how a person who was arrested when they were healthy was brought before the court in good health. Then the second time he's arraigned, he has a broken jaw and wrist, and the magistrate sees nothing wrong with that. Is the magistrate a legal robot? That's a very good question, because I'm like, I don't understand how that wasn't addressed and how no one has been arrested for that. Because as far as I'm concerned, I think someone should pay for that, because it didn't happen on its own. He didn't walk into a wall. Someone did that to him. And the fact that there's a photo that was taken by this very cops while they were arresting him, and there's someone who had their hands around his neck, it tells me, one, everything I need to know, and two, we already have evidence on who is supposed to be arrested for him looking like that. So I'm hoping that this is something that will be followed up on, because this shouldn't be allowed. Because if they said we're arresting him for doing something wrong and we're going to give him his day in court, then let the legal system do its work. Because see, even us, when we say things, tunaambianga ulienda kuripot. Si hata hao waende wa report and then they wait for the arm of the law to do what it needs to do. You know, I don't know. Sometimes I feel like it feels like sometimes it feels like we're living in an illusion, which gets me to the last post that I want to talk about today. So over the weekend, there's a biker who lost their life on the road after an accident. And the saddest part was that instead of helping him, people were filming him as he was taking his last breath, laying on the road. No one went to help him. People were just passing by and just recording. And I'm like, what has happened to us as a people? Like, have we become so desensitized from people's suffering? Is it because I don't understand how every single day you come online and you see photos of kids bleeding, people dead, and then you just go to work and eat lunch with your colleagues and go home. It's insane to me. I don't understand. And I'm like, what have we become that people are literally filming as someone is taking their last breath? And no one's thinking, let's go see if there's a way to help him. People are just pulling out their phones and recording. That's very sad. So this young man lost his life. He was a biker. And it's really, really sad, because the worst part is that there's a video online of him taking his last breath. How sad. Like, hey, yo.
Pawa Radio. Tune in and power up.
Usicomplicate mambo, weka feelings zako kando. Tulifanya hivyo jana, hakuna kitu tuliagana. Hizi ni gani umeanza, unanihanda, unanipata. Nilidhania twajibamba, hisia zako zikakupanda. Ole wako, kupendana na wewe hiyo vako. Weni sample, ligi yangu haufiki bado. Kila mtu na wake, mimi niko sawa kivyangu. Kila mtu na wake, mimi niko sawa kivyangu. Niko sawa. Single niko sawa, niko sawa. Single niko sawa, this will be over. And a step at a time, hoping he will show up, Nikioma. I've been on a tough road for so long that I need over. My mind game got to be so strong, I fight like a soldier. Long days, long night, a man still see a champ in the mirror. Always gonna be alright, cause mama gave a birth to a winner. Life faking it, but lemon, it I squeeze, make some lemonade. Now his streets with my demons, I'ma pull up with some grenade. Sicko, sicko fit, sicko, sicko, sicko fit, sicko, sicko fit, sicko, sicko, sicko fit, sicko, sicko fit, sicko, sicko, sicko fit, sicko, sicko fit, sicko, sicko, sicko fit. Long days, long night, I'ma still see a chop in the mirror. Always gonna be alright, cause mama gave a birth to a winner. Life eating it for lemon, it has squeeze, make some lemonade. Now his streets me jam my demons, I'ma pull up with some grenade. Sicko, sicko fit, sicko, sicko, sicko fit, sicko, sicko fit, sicko, sicko, sicko fit, sicko, sicko fit, sicko, sicko, sicko fit, sicko, sicko fit, sicko, sicko, sicko fit. Still see a champ in the mirror. Always gonna be alright, cause mama gave a birth to a winner. Life faking it for lemon, it I squeeze, make some lemonade. Now his streets me jump my demons, I'ma pull up with some grenades.
Pawa Radio. Tune in and power up.
That was Matata with Siko Fiti, which, same. Let's look at the papers today. I am stuck on one particular story in the Standard on page 3, where a mother is in pain after her 4-month baby is defiled by an 11-year-old. So it's a story about after the government ordered residents of Shorimoyo who lived near rivers to shift. This woman moved in with her friend, and now the friend's son defiled her 4-month-old daughter. And the child who defiled the baby is 11 years old. That's very disturbing on so many different levels. There's someone who asked a question and asked what happened to human interest stories, because these days everything is like politics, and then like a sideshow here, a sideshow there. And yeah, I have the same question. There's a lot of things about politicians meeting, Ruto and whoever fighting, because we all know that's so true. At Parliament's daunting task to offer a balanced finance bill, you can't. the last time this a finance bill was brought before Parliament, they voted on it despite the fact that people were against it. And then they were supposed to go change some things. They listened to people, and people were very much against it. But these people were just like, eh. And I think they're going to do exactly the same. Because, like we said last week, they're even admitting to the fact that they haven't read it. So they'll just vote depending on their allegiances and nothing else. And what's new, honestly? What is new? I haven't seen anything else in the paper, to be honest, because they're still pushing this Gachagua Ruto story. Now Raila is back to talking again. What's new? It's everyone is just talking about the next election, and I'm just like, people are dying now. People are homeless now. People are being evicted now. No one cares about 2027. We might not even be here in 2027, to be honest. Can we deal with the stuff that's happening to people now? Because it feels like they don't care. They know what's happening, they just don't care. And that's a very sad thing to say, but that's how it feels. It feels like, yeah, wako like, but us we're fine. Sijui mnaongelea nini. This country, yo. Me nimechoka, me I don't know about you people, but me I know where I stand. I am exhausted. And it feels like every day we wake up, it's like things are just getting worse. Still in the Standard, in their health and science section today, they are doing a spotlight section on endometriosis. So it's like, it says, studies link healthy diet to reduce endometriosis pain. Hey, erasure. Erasure again. I don't know if you've heard when people say you can't budget your way out of poverty. It's you can't positive your way out of certain things. You can't think positively out of situations. And even like this is like diet. Okay. I honestly don't have anything else to say about that. Because then there's another story here. Expert tips on how to manage severe period pain. You do know that period pain is actually not normal. It's not normal. Maybe you should do a story on the fact that period pain shouldn't be normal, and then there's a problem, and then we find out what the problem is, because yeah. But yeah, sure. Kind of expected this to happen anyway after what happened in Jambi last week. It's the same pipeline. I think that's why I'm exhausted. It's like it's never new. You can see it coming. You see it happening. You see the process. Is something bothering you? Tell it to an AI chatbox therapist. That is the centerfold story on the Standard today. And then right next to it, dangers of relying on artificial intelligence for mental health chatbox. The thing is, when it comes to this whole AI conversation, my take on it is technology is good. Because technology is just a thing. It's how we use it that matters, right? With most things, how you use technology matters. So you can use it for evil, you can use it for good. I feel like it's going to be used for bad. This is what I mean. They're trying to use AI to replace creative things, creative works, things that require the human touch. I don't want to talk to a chatbot, because a chatbot is not going to understand the emotions that I feel, because it cannot feel. I don't want a chatbox to be my therapist. I'd rather a person be my therapist, because they understand emotions. A chat box can mostly like just analyze it, and then after the analysis, they'll be like, yeah, they can't understand it. So we should use this kind of technology to help with the mundane stuff. The laundry, the doing the dishes, the stuff that's not creative, the things that take us away from our creative works. Can we use that? The repetitive things. And then leave people to do the creative things, because only people can be creative. Because even with the AI, whatever it learns, it's learning from people. So it has very limited capacity to do things, right? Because it can only do as much as people feed it to do. Which means it relies on humans being creative for it to be able to churn out creative stuff. So whatever creativity you think is coming out of an AI thing, an AI program, it's just taking people's ideas and putting them together. Can we just allow people to be creative and deal with the human stuff? It's just, I don't know. Anyway, that's it from the papers. Me, I'm tired.
Pawa Radio. Tune in and power up.
I need you, and you need you. We need you, yeah. Sikiza moyo wangu, nimesha jipa utulivu ndani ya roho, umeshanipa na candle tumewasha na stima tumezima, na pale unapotaka kwenda nitakufikisha. The weather's getting wet, I need your consent. Call your heaven sent tonight, I'm giving you my best. Before I confess, how you kill me with that dress. Girl, I wanna touch your mind, you bless me with the rest. We need to find out where we are, 'cause I wanna be more than a friend. I wanna be more than a friend. I wanna be more than a friend. I wanna be more than a friend.
Yeah. Tunacheanza tu vihamless hapa tujiforce, unasacha moko happy and lost. Ni nini your smile itakos, ni show before ni think happier thoughts. Love ina power hata army high stop, sisemi aiduka usimami across. Kamsalaba naka unanja history tanza na itaisha na do kasa ufalada. Soka uko rada sana utaanza kuona tu struggle. Atuko 5 star but tumetravel. Twende tukasimame mbele ya iPhone. Ukiona lifestyle wana na try though. Ukitoka sina kumisi na bag of tricks ya kujitoa, niko kwa fix una macho fit na zoo show silo uko lit. Ujo
We
commit.
need to find out where we are, 'cause I wanna be more than a friend. 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 Ile siku tulimit, tulipatana ndani ya matinganya. Nilikujeki, nikatamani hata tungejuana. Chini jue upiga luku, na vile woni duni joni komandukulu. Chini jue upiga luku, na vile woni duni joni komandukulu. Zimeshika, umeniweka ndani futi 6, ni kama mbegu mimi tachipuka, na ningependa unipe fursa. Tiririka, niko na feelings leo za mwakika. Kuna mavitu sitakianika, na nimechoka sana kujificha. We need to find out where we are, 'cause I wanna be more than a friend. I wanna be more than a friend. I wanna be more than a friend.
Of all the songs I tried to sing, of all the songs I wrote to sing, sometimes life could be so real, strangely heaven out of season. I don't believe in truth, but I do believe in you. Everything I do will be done from my heart, and every move I make will be made up of love. Everything I do will be done from my heart, and every move I make will be made up of love. Made up of love. I lost faith in finding me. I lost faith in finding meaning. Of all the songs I tried to sing, of all the songs I wrote to sing, sometimes life could be so real, strangely heaven out of season. I don't believe in truth, but I do believe in you. Everything I do will be done from my heart, and every move I make will be made up of love. Everything I do will be done from my heart, and every move I make will be made up of love. Made up of love. Made up of love. Made up of love.
That was Zenia Manasseh with Motoria with Made Up of Love. And before that, we're listening to Savara and Yashinsky, aka Kenyajui, with More Than Friends. Yay! This is usually the part where I share about like my weekend and all the cool stuff that happened. I wish I had more sleep. If I'm being honest, I wish I slept a bit more over the weekend. I tried to nap yesterday, but it was refusing, so I kind of just zoned out. On Saturday, I was supposed to go for 3 events. Ended up going for 2. I did make it for the third one, but for the first one I went for, it was like it was a work thing as well. So I was working basically. Then the second one was a birthday for one of the friends who I have, who's like an older person. Let me tell you, how did I know there were old people in the crowd? They were serving tea. You know, like the way you're used to, unajua mimi ni mtu wa sherehe, naendanga tu niko like shots ziko wapi? Hakukuwa na shots. Kulikuwa na chai na kahawa na Milo. And then kama ukunywi chai, kahawa na Milo, kuna maji na juice. And I was like, haibo. Yenyewe. There were so many speeches. Was celebrating someone's birthday. Someone was turning 50. A friend was turning 50. And they put together like an event. And I was like, wow. First of all, I'm like, it was amazing that they were selling tickets for an event. It was like an actual show. There were musical performances. People were sharing like their experiences with his friends and how they met and all that stuff, all the cool jazz. And the speeches were long, but all the speeches were about like turning 50 and how amazing it was. And I was like, tell us what's good about it. Like, I don't know. I just felt like, tell us how to survive to make it to 50 because we're struggling out here. Like, how do you make it to 50? That I think that was the biggest question that I had. I didn't wait until the end of the event. I left because I was planning to go for the other event, but then I wasn't able to make it. So I decided to just go home and chill with my cats. I was also hosting a friend from out of town. So I was trying to also show them like a good time, show them the, just the vibes. They had a lot of fun, which was good. I appreciated that they were able to have a good time. But me, I was like, we chai. And then kukanyesha. Haibo. It rained. It rained that evening. At least I wasn't caught up in the rain. I didn't get rained on. But I also feel like I'm coming down with something, which I really don't like. I don't like it when some stuff is happening. So that's how my weekend was. Like I said, I wish I slept a bit more. I'd have loved to get a bit more sleep. Didn't happen, but here we are because I am not a trust fund baby. My grandfather didn't do the thing while other people were doing the thing. Capitalism and all the isms. That's why we're here. So tutadu. Tufanye. As Polaris would ask, sa tufanye.
Pawa Radio. Tune in and power up.
Liquid is solid, of course.
You say you're too much, lakini sitosheki. Nikiendelea hivi nitableki, but I wouldn't mind. Juu vile ninacheki, stories zako nitawacha nikidedi, maybe. Na maboys wanisaka wanipati, ni mapenzi moto moto kila pande. Nikucheki toka Monday hadi Monday, I can't get enough of it. Na maboys wanisaka wanipati, ni mapenzi moto moto kila pande. Nikucheki toka Monday hadi Monday, I can't get enough of you. Uko ready, Jimmy niko ready, I can't get enough of you. Niseme nini, ndo niamini, I can't get enough of you. Uko ready, Jimmy niko ready, I can't get enough of you. Niseme nini, ndo niamini, I can't get enough of you. I can't get enough of you. I can't get enough of. Wewe ndo my medicine, you're something from a movie scene. Just the touches, just enough, my daily dose of dopamine. Tell me unachotafuta, usinijenge ukuta. I can say again and again, I can't get enough of it. Now my boys wanisaka wanipati, ni wapenzi moto moto kila pande. Nikucheki toka Monday hadi Monday, I can't get enough of. I never get enough of you. Uko ready, Jimmy niko ready, I can't get enough of you. Niseme nini, ndo niamini, I can't get enough of you. Uko ready, Jimmy niko ready, I can't get enough of you. Niseme nini, ndo niamini, I can't get enough. I can't get enough of you. I can't get enough. I can't get enough of you. I can't get enough. I can't get enough of. Run to the finish line. Give me your hand, I will make you mine. And I will run to the finish line. Give me your hand, I will make you mine. And I will run to the finish line. Give me your hand, I will make you mine. And I will run to the finish line. Cause I can't get enough of you. Uko ready, Jimmy niko ready, I can't get enough of you. Niseme nini, ndo niamini, I can't get enough of you. Uko ready, Jimmy niko ready, I can't get enough of you. I'll never get enough of you. Niseme nini, ndo niamini, I can't get enough. I can't get enough of you. I can't get enough. I can't get enough of you. I can't get enough. I can't get enough of you. get enough of you.
You deserve me. You deserve me. You deserve me.
So Fresh is on the beat.
I'm down to the ocean floor. You tell me where to go. I'm not afraid anymore. I am torn between my heart and yours. Can you smile like that once more? I can't wait to see what we explore. Siendi mbali, staki kesi, usijifanye unipendi. Nimekupa hii nafasi, come tucheze na bahati. Me and you, what we'll do, what we'll do. Me and you, me and you. Me and you, what we'll do, what we'll do. Me and you, me and you. Kubali, kubali, kubali ni ukweli. Nionyeshe hizi stories za mapenzi. Kubali, kubali, kubali ni ukweli. Nionyeshe hizi stories za mapenzi. Oh, you deserve me, you deserve me. What I'm saying, you deserve me. Mimi nakupa hii nafasi, come tucheze na bahati. Me and you, what we'll do, what we'll do. Me and you, me and you. Me and you, what we'll do, what we'll do. Me and you, me and you. Me and you, what we'll do, what we'll do. Me and you, me and you. Me and you, what we'll do, what we'll do. Me and you, me and you.
Pawa Radio. Tune in and power up.
That has been the first half of our show. We'll be seeing you on the other side of For Lovers. See only fans Lonely Monday. For Lovers. We'll be having a discussion in the second half of the show about women and unpaid labor. So I will see you on that side. I'll see you on that side of the show. For now, we're going to listen to Susie Norma by MDQ. And then after that, we will play Oceans by Sage. And then, of course, For Lovers by Hansfia, Muthoni, and Aliye. And no, wait, there was another person. Sorry. But yeah, I will see you on the other side as we get into today's conversation.
Power Radio. Tune in and power up.
Sitting at the corner, me and Susie know we ain't got no worries. We are looking like the owners, sipping on Coronas, looking at the phone. All them pretty boys come and tell us how they want us. Mambo ni kungoja, haki utangoja. Sinaga my time, saku waiting na be order. Planning how we want, take over the walks, riding on the drums and the clap and the bass goes boom. Shake it down like that. We tell you, simmer. Shake it down like that. We tell you, simmer. If you really know it and you really wanna show it, be the way. no. We ain't got no money, but we do it how we wanna. Minting our nails, checking our mails. All them pretty boys wanna have us, but they fail. Kim Tangoya, Leon Tangoya, Sai to Coax, Kunaga Zavioya. Running how we want, take over the walls. Riding on the drum and the clap while the bass goes boom. Shake it down like that. We tell you, simmer. Shake it down like that. We tell you, simmer. If you really know it and you really wanna show it, be the way to go. Go and grab somebody, move your body, show somebody, be the way to go. On this I know, all this I know, all this I know. On this I know, all this I know, all this I know. Now you wipe your waist, comme ça. And now you screw your face, comme ça. Exaggerate the waist, comme ça. Resuscitate the place, comme ça. Wow, allez, walk a 50-50, comme si, comme ça. Now allez, walk a 50 PSC, comme ça. Tuko tu, so mdogo yani, comme ça. Hallelujah, what you may even desire, comme ça. If you really know it and you really wanna show it, be the way to go. Go and grab somebody, move your body, show somebody, be the way to go. On this I know, all this I know, all this I know. On this I know, all this I know, all this I know.
Sunrise on the edge of the ocean. Is that where you get your magic potion? So sweet it quenched all my desire. Light me up and ignite my fire. So out of touch. Just one touch. I've got this rush. You're too much. Pray you let me loose. Pray you let me go. Pray you keep me in your clutches. Let me know if it feels right. 'Cause it feels right. Don't stop. Oh, oh, oh. Yeah. I never lose my focus. I'm looking out. Oh, you know what I like. I'm restless and I'm hopeless and there's no doubt. Caught up in your wave of life. Just one touch and I'm breathing underwater. I'm waiting, I'm waiting, I'm waiting. Oh, pray you let me go. Pray you keep me in your clutches. Let me know if it feels right. 'Cause it feels right. Don't stop. Oh, oh, oh. Don't stop. Keep me floating on the ocean, the ocean, the ocean, the ocean. The ocean. Pray you let me loose. Pray you let me go. Pray you keep me in your clutches. Let me know if it feels right. 'Cause it feels right. No. Pray you let me loose. Pray you let me go. Pray you keep me in your clutches. Let me know if it feels right. 'Cause it feels right. Don't stop. Oh, oh, oh.
shot. Kahukoreri basi kunywa shot. Na koko sober then even better. Najua we hutani hepa. She said life's too short so I'll shoot my shot. Yeah, I believe I was made for more. If I don't tell you then I'll never know. I would rather tell you now.
I wasn't looking for attention when she came in my direction. I wasn't looking for a good time, no. I was tired of the drama till she opened her mouth. She spoke to my soul, she broke all the walls I'd built inside. Oh, amenifanya nipende tena, vipi siwezi sema. Amenifanya nipende tena, vipi siwezi sema. Amenifanya nipende tena, vipi siwezi sema.
Ended up talking about our observations, judging drunken people, vile tunapanga interventions. Machache nilisema, but I loved our conversation. Ilikuwa polite na bila ta pressure. Aura yake ni kama ya malaika. Nadhani sijatosheka, roho moyo mwili zote we imeenda.
Amenifanya nipende tena, vipi siwezi sema. Amenifanya nipende tena, vipi siwezi sema. Hey girl, don't run away with my heart. Some make me go again from the start. Hey girl, I think I'm ready. When a man loves, anapenda kweli.
Maisha ni panda shuka, nimetembea mi nimezunguka, na hii mto siwezi vuka bila we, nasinzia nikiwaza kila day. Kwanza bila pesa na kuanga na pressure, juu siwezi kutesa, lakini madam asoli napigana, vita nimepigana, miezi zinashikana. Hey.
Amenifanya nipende tena, vipi siwezi sema. Amenifanya nipende tena, vipi siwezi sema.
Pawa Radio. Tune in and power up.
Welcome to the second half of today's show. Today we will be having a conversation around women and unpaid labor. That's the convo we'll be having today. In case you are interested in being a part of our conversation, you can follow us on social media at Power Radio or tweet us at Power Radio. Send us a message, something, I don't know, inbox, DM, all the cool jazz. If you are watching us on the tube, you can also listen in live on the website power254.org/Power Radio. If you're listening on the website, we are live on YouTube as well on Power Radio. The hashtag is She Talks on Power Radio, hashtag Power Radio. Join in the conversation. Today, I want to talk about unpaid labor or unpaid care work that usually falls on women. There's a time we'd sort of touched on this conversation a long time ago when we first started. I think it was week 1 of the show, actually. In case you're wondering what unpaid care work or unpaid labor looks like, it's usually household duties, cooking, cleaning, childcare, taking care of the elderly, basically the same stuff that we consider to be domestic labor or domestic work or domestic duties, usually do fall a lot under unpaid. care work. And then also, I wanted to also touch on emotional labor that women often have to give free of charge because it's also unpaid. And the reason I wanted to talk about this was I was talking about, like, I think I mentioned this late last week. If not, maybe I was having a conversation with someone. But it was in line with a man who had come online to complain about the fact that June is Men's Mental Health Awareness Month and no one was doing anything. So it's like no one really cares about men. And you're like, what are the men doing? Do the things and we'll join you. But the reason they were saying this or doing this stuff was because they were hoping women would do the work and then they'd come and just jump on it and be like, oh. And then if women did the work, it would still be a problem because it would be like, but I thought it's men's awareness, whatever. Why are you, all that stuff. So I want us to have a little conversation around that. I want to talk about emotional labor, of course, the domestic labor in the house, and also maybe we can touch a bit on weaponized incompetence because it kind of falls under the same thing. So that's what we will be talking about. But before we get into the deep stuff, here is a Sally by Keithan and Watendawili.
Pawa Radio. Tune in and power up.
Watendawili. You can't find it? Okay. I don't know.
Pawa Radio. Tune in and power up.
Gari, weni manyanga, kwa yo manyanga, mi ndio manamba, kauko na team, naomba jezi, naomba mechi, si tukipatana, also I wonder, je unanyonganga, pia we ufanye kile mi hufanya, sema ukweli ndo tuwache kujifanya, tuwache kunyimana, nige hata kidogo, nige kama rainbow, ukinipa leo pia nipe kesho. Unigei kama rainbow, ukinipea leo pia nipe kesho. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Asali la kupenda sana, asali wangu. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Asali la kupenda sana. Asali salimia kina Zamzam, tulionana mara ya mwisho tukiwa half time. Siku zimeenda, siku hizi niko handsome, hata mimi najua bado wewe uko matata. Dawili, nilikuonyesha zaidi tukiwa shule ya upili, bado niko dizzy na my feelings, nikale tangawizi, nimetafuta ngapi na sioni mwingine, oni mwingine. Unigei kama rainbow, ukinipa leo pia nipe kesho. Unigei kama rainbow, ukinipea leo pia nipe kesho. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Asali la kupenda sana, asali wangu. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Asali la kupenda sana.
Pawa Radio. Tune in and power up.
So let's start off with the emotional labor part. I wanted to talk a bit about emotional labor. In case you're wondering what emotional labor is, basically it is the work of managing other people's emotions, and it could be during either interactions, fights, meetings, whatever it may be. And I think this also extends to an extent, an extent, it extends to an extent to workplaces where you're expected to manage people's emotions when it comes to like trainings, whatever, and stuff like that. Like, so we're not going to just talk about it in regards to relationships, but it's basically within relationships that involve women. So it could be a work relationship, it could be an actual like marriage or relationship, like romantic relationship. It could also be in terms of even like with our parents and those relationships and relatives and stuff like that. There's like emotional labor that goes into play a lot of the time, a lot of times, where you'll see even like maybe say you're going for like a family function and there's relatives who usually don't get along, and you find yourself trying to ease the situation, ease conversations, or put yourself in the middle to make sure that nothing blows up. So that also serves as emotional labor. And the thing about emotional labor, it's mostly expected of from women. Um, Even in relationships, romantic or otherwise. What are the otherwise? Yeah. There's a lot of emotional labor that is expected from women. It mostly comes from women. When people partner up, when men partner up with women, or when people partner up with women, there's an expectation of managing emotions that comes, and it's always expected of the woman. So this can be like, you'll see the way people talk about be his peace. If he goes out there and he's battling the world and when he comes home, be his peace. That is a form of emotional labor that is expected of women. Because it's funny enough how we don't have terms for be her peace. But there's no phrase like be her peace, be her. What is the other thing we're told? Whatever. You're expected to be a counselor, you're expected to be a therapist, a shoulder to lean on, a shoulder to cry on, the place where he can bring his troubles and share his troubles. But then there's no such space that is created for women, should they, because we experience the same things. If you go to work and you're stressed out at work, I go to work, I'm stressed out at work. You come home and I'm expected to be your peace. Where is my peace? There's no safe space for emotional women. And there's also the thing where when women express their emotions, you're told, oh, you're being dramatic, or women are so dramatic, you're exaggerating. So also women are always expected to play down their emotions and never fully express them, because when you do, then it's labeled as something else. Like I think I mentioned last week, I said it's important for us to have proper terms for the emotions that we feel, because sometimes we are so used to the same terms: fear, anger, jealousy, love. What are the other? Like basically those ones. But then there's other levels to the emotions where even like with frustration, you might be like, I feel so frustrated, but then you go down and you look deeper and you're like, oh, that's actually not the term I should be using for the emotions that I'm currently feeling. So when it comes to emotional labor, it's one, very exhausting, because even when I remember, like, was it last week or 2 weeks ago? I was feeling very exhausted, and someone else I was talking to, another woman, was also feeling exhausted. But we both had to talk to a particular guy, and neither of us wanted to do it, because it was just like we had to set aside our emotions, because talking to this person also like takes a lot of effort. And then we had to literally mentally prepare ourselves to have that conversation with them. And at the end of it, we were just like looking at each other and we were just like, wow, like, thank God it's done. So this happens in workplaces. It happens in friend groups as well, like whether you have like a mix of friends. It happens in a lot of places. And I wonder if like there's something that can happen where we get to stop carrying or doing the emotional labor in these things, because it's quite exhausting. When I think of like my mom growing up, I know she's handled a lot of, she's done a lot of not just emotional, like she's done a lot of unpaid care work her entire life since I've known her. And that's also inclusive of emotional labor. And then, like, as a mom, she had to also deal with our emotions as kids. And I think that's when I started learning to set aside my emotions. So I usually don't deal with things in the moment. I'll be like, compartmentalize, put that thing in a box, lock it away. When you have the capacity to deal with it, come back to it. Sometimes I don't have, and then I never find enough time or space to deal with it. And then those things just like pile up, pile up, pile up. Because also, no one taught me how to deal with my emotions growing up. So it becomes hard when you're trying to train yourself as an adult, because it's like it's all very new. Like, what am I supposed to do? Because they're there, you don't know what to do with them. But then at the same time, I'm also expected to deal with other people's emotions and coddle them and help them and make sure I maintain a level-headed relationship, conversation, or engagement with this person, even when they are coming at it from a very emotional point of view. And I can't meet them there with the emotions. I have to be the level-headed one and be like, okay, sawa sawa. So what we'll do is this. It's like that thing when people are told, nani anakuanga tu hivo, but then the things that they do actually harm people or cause people to feel some type of way, right? So emotional labor, Lord. I'm like, I wonder if there's like something that, is there a way to just not deal with, like to not have to deal with, to not have to do that work where everyone just gets to do their own. You do your emotional labor, I do mine. I don't have to be the one to deal with yours. I don't have to tiptoe around you. I don't have to be the one to do all the work while you get to go and blow up. And like you see this, you hear spaces where someone just blows up and they like attack everyone, they shout at everyone, and then someone just comes like, oh, they're dealing with stuff. So what does that have to do with me though? Like, because now, because of your blow up, now I have to go deal with stuff that I didn't have to deal with to begin with. It's insane. If we're being honest, it's very, very insane. Let's take a break, and then when we come back, we'll talk about like now the domestic unpaid care, domestic labor work, and how that affects women.
Pawa Radio. Tune in and power up.
Some days you feel like the world is on fire. Some days you feel like you're swimming and flying. Some days you wake up and you don't feel like you wanna chase what you don't see. But some days you feel like you're floating up high. So how about you try this time? Lifting up your head and sing out. What more than I see, there's more inside of me. Just lift up your voice and say, nitajaribu tena kesho, nitaamka upya na nisonge, hata wakipenda kunivunja, mambo yakizidi unga, sitashindwa kujivuta. Kesho naamka upya, kesho naamka upya. Some days I know that you think of surviving, but you sleep and wake up and don't feel like fighting. But there's space in your soul to keep wanting more, to desire to soar. But some days you know that their words, they mean nothing. So how about you try this time? Lifting up your head and say, what more than I see, there's more inside of me. Just lift up your voice and say, nitajaribu tena kesho, nitaamka upya na nisonge, hata wakipenda kunivunja, mambo yakizidi unga, sitashindwa kujivuta. Tell your story, philosophia. What you've been through and now who you are. Draw a silver line around your scars. It's the story of our ancestors. A blinding allure ya choma watu. Messages be spoke really Gitau. When you get up close, you control the mood. The further back you go, the better they look. Hiyo tattoo ni wazi kwa watu. Hiyo tattoo ina story tamu. Hiyo tattoo tells a tale you want to. Hiyo tattoo will always be you, dear body art. 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 Tatauza dhahabu chora. Huko piko huku hina. Pretty girl easy to see, but no easy to catch. With skin that shines like that. A blinding allure ya choma watu. Messages be spoke really Gitau. When you get up close, you control the mood. The further back you go, the better they look. Hiyo tattoo ni wazi kwa watu. Hiyo tattoo ina story tamu. Hiyo tattoo tells a tale you want to. Hiyo tattoo will always be you, dear body art. 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 Hadithi hadithi bora, mjanje mjanje chora, sauti ya ngozi soma. They thought you that they had buried me, but didn't you know that I was a seed?
Everything God gave her. Think twice about who saved her. Good gracious, her eyes when she gazes. Her mind frames the nation. A body like waves, what she has, they crave. Her flavor, their favorite. That feminine, can't explain it.
Hiyo tattoo ni wazi kwa watu. Hiyo tattoo ina story tamu. Hiyo tattoo tells a tale you want to. Hiyo tattoo will always be you, dear body art. 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 Body art.
Pawa Radio. Tune in and power up.
That was nominated Senator Crystal Asige with Tattoo. I really like that song. And before that, we're listening to Bridget Blue with Kesho, which is very much in line with the moods that we are feeling today. Because, yeah, it's in life. I wanted to talk a bit about the unpaid labor in the household. Mostly the domestic labor, which I think we've talked about before just a little bit. So some of this is like the childcare work. Childcare work often falls on women because apparently it's a woman's job. Cooking, same thing. Taking care of the household, same thing. And the thing that I never understand about this particular setup is the fact that we can, like, right now we're living in a society where even having a 2-income household is not enough, right? Because the economical times we're living in, you need as much income as you can. So when you are living in a 2-income household, the expectation for me would be then we outsource some of the labor, right? But then there's always this narrative that a woman who is not coming home to clean or cook for her husband, for instance, is a lazy woman, they're not fulfilling their wifely duties. And then there's always this idea of like, but my mother used to do it. I don't understand how you struggle to do it. Or women in the past were able to juggle things and da 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 da. Forgetting that we're also living in times where even the work that people do in the offices, there's a lot of work, right? People are doing multiple gigs. People have side hustles. So it's like, I'm working a 9 to 5. I run a M-Pesa kibanda somewhere where I have to pass by, make sure this and this is done, or a shop or a hardware or whatever it may be. Then we come back home, right? Tumefika sote saa moja jioni. And then the husband is allowed to sit and chill and rest for the evening. But then the work doesn't end for the woman at that point. She comes, the kids need to do homework, she needs to confirm sijui uniform imeoshwa. She's still expected to cook for some random reason. And when women say the best option is let's hire someone to do this work, then again, the narrative is women of these days are too lazy, they can't handle a household. But I'm like, you're forgetting, back in the day, one, women weren't allowed to work. Or in the African context, they weren't allowed to go to the office to work because they would still go to the shamba and lima. They would still, because there's all this work. And people never look at the work at home as work that deserves to be paid. But if you sit down and you actually do the math of how much money your wife, for instance, saves you, because if you had to pay someone to do all that labor, how much that would cost, and then you do the math, you'd be very, very shocked because it's a huge, huge, huge amount of money. There's always this story, it's a narrative that when men get married, they elevate because they never have to think about those things. And even in households where the labor is outsourced, women still offer more work in the household than the men do. Because as much as we have a nanny, it's still the mom who knows the doctor's appointments, will still take the child to the doctor's appointments, still do the school appointment thingies. If it's grocery shopping and all that stuff, the list will still come through to her. So she's still managing the household as much as she's outsourced the labor, some of the labor outside to someone else. So when it comes to running a household, I noticed that it's funny how the work that is, when you think of all the gender roles, the roles that are considered to be for women are things that happen every single day, multiple times a day sometimes. Cleaning dishes, cleaning the house, cooking. But when it comes to the labor in the house that's expected of men, things like taking out the trash, cutting the grass or making sure that the grass has been cut, washing the car, fixing a bulb. These are things that happen every so often. At most, it would be like maybe once a week, once every 2 weeks. It's not something that is done every single day. And I think that that is by design. I think it's very intentional that it is set up in that particular manner. Another thing that I find also pretty interesting in this kind of setup is that labor that is expected from women is often labor that is very undervalued. People don't think cooking is a big deal, but everyone should know how to cook. Cooking is a survival skill. But then someone somewhere said, nope, women belong in the kitchen. And so, yeah, that's what they should do. Cleaning, same thing. It's like, it's very undervalued. It's like, saa kuosha tu nyumbani kitu ya. So it's like the work and the contribution that women bring into the household is very undervalued. But if you asked a man to do that same labor after they finish their 9 to 5, it would be a lot. And then at that point, it would be like, yeah, let's just pay someone to do it. Wait. Okay. Let's just take a break and then we'll be right back.
Pawa Radio. Tune in and power up.
Wengi wana uchungu walingiza baridi mjujifanyaga danda usidhani sishiki lazima nitaprove chaguo langu mziki. The truth is that they really don't care everything about them faking when you're there they be wolves in sheep clothing people be pretending. The truth is that they really don't care everything about them faking when you're there they be wolves in sheep clothing people be pretending. People be pretending. People be pretending.
Like you care, like you care, like you care. I said like you care, like you care, like you care.
Rangi ya mdomo kwenye shirt, nina uhakika ile marashi siyo yake. Bado yuaja kwangu kitandani, akitaka tubanane. Risiti kila kitu mbili, amejaa maalama kwenye mwili. Bado yuaja kwangu kitandani, akitaka tubanane. Anamlale, anamlala, na siyo siri, siyo habari. Anamlale, anamlala, wala fichi, siyo habari. Niliambiwa kupenzae atakuchiti hadharani. Niliambiwa kupenzae atakustiri hadharani. Jaribu kundanganya kama wanijale, kama wanijale. Jaribu kundanganya kama wanijale, kama wanijale. Jale, 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 jale. Jale, 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 jale.
Like you care, like you care, like you care. I said like you care, like you care, like you care.
Hata saa ile sidanganyi unasema mimi nadanganya. Utasikizaje masikio yako shazibana, macho yako yanaona vitu na kuna kitu nafanya. Hapo ndo tumefika na kuongelesha nikiona unaona niko guilty haimata kitu nitasema. Ndani ya roho inaumiza, nasikia wivu nikiona wale wanapendana bila kushukushuku sana. Ile inafaa vile unataka kufanya fanya leo kana panda cheo nipande kana shuka basi nianze kutafuta stage ya mine. Yeah, jifanye kama una care pia utaniamini uone vile na kuchange ya mine.
Jaribu kundanganya kama wanijale, kama wanijale. Jaribu kundanganya kama wanijale, kama wanijale. Jale, 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 jale. Jale, 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 jale.
Like you care, like you care, like you care. I said like you care, like you care, like you care.
Never let you down, never will. Sanaipenda shin to the chilla, to the chilla.
Anamlale, anamlala, na siyo siri, siyo habari. Anamlale, anamlala, wala fichi, siyo habari. Jaribu kundanganya kama wanijale, kama wanijale. Jaribu kundanganya
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
That was Kenya's #1 crush, Sanaipei Tande, teaming up with Nyashinsky, aka Kenya Jui. So Kenya ataniuliza ndo nitawaambia why Kenya Jui. That was Jali, and before that we were listening to Brandy Minor with Pretending. So my question when it comes to this unpaid labor, it's like I wonder at what point will women's contributions ever be considered as important as all other contributions? Why is it that the contributions that women make, be it at work, it doesn't matter where it is, they're always considered to be less than? And even when women rise up the ranks and they end up in positions that are quote unquote meant for men by society standards, they always have to also play this game of, but I'm still a humble wife, but I still do my wifely whatnots. I still play the gender roles that are assigned to me and everything in between. Why is it that way? Why is society set up in such a manner to begin with? This goes back to the conversation we were having last week, where we're talking about slavery and women and the fact that basically if we pay attention to it, slavery was tested on women first. And then they were like, oh, let's do it on a larger scale now, because if we can conquer this guys based on the fact that we look differently in terms of gender, maybe we can do something when you use something else as a parameter for the difference and see how that works. So when it comes to unpaid work, some of the things that unpaid care work and unpaid labor, emotional labor, all these things, because there's also emotional labor that goes into things like friendships where you go to each other for advice, for instance. And even in such situations, like I know women help each other out. I think we've talked about this, about like one of the reasons that female friendships last as long as they do and are as tight as they are is because women form community with each other. So it's not just like just a random whatever. No, it's like there's community that is formed there, and then community takes care of each other. But even in friendships, there's emotional labor that's expected from women when men are misbehaving, say, in their relationships, and their partners are feeling some type of way. And so these men come to their female friends and expect them to sort of explain why the woman is whatevering or behaving the way that they're doing, and sort of try to have the guy find a way to absorb themselves from whatever it is they've done. Right? So do we honestly think we'll ever get to a place where we'll live in a world where our contributions are not reduced to having to add by a woman or fast woman or fast female this? We were talking about fasts last week. Because I'm like, if we're being honest, the world revolves because of our work. Without women, when people do that thing, it's like, if all men disappeared, women would not survive. And I think that's the funniest, most hilarious comment ever, because we would thrive. We wouldn't survive. We would thrive, because survival means we're fighting to stick around, which is what we are constantly doing. But if it's the other way around, I don't think that would be the case. I think if all women disappeared, I don't think men would survive. But it's because a lot of the work and the contributions that women make are often considered to be very invisible, and they're looked down upon, and they don't seem to be quote unquote important. And that is why even in a day like today, you'll see someone saying, fine, then the women try to go to war, and then you'll see what happens, forgetting that those wars were started by men. If it's women doing the things, the wars would actually not exist to begin with. We wouldn't need to go to war because there would be no war. Is it not computing? What is the problem? So before you go and try and get like free emotional labor from a woman, before you downplay the amount of work that goes into taking care of a household, look at the contributions. Just ask yourself, like, what would your life be without the women in your life? And then, that should inform your next decision, whatever, including the fact that you probably wouldn't exist without the women in your life to begin with. I'm just saying. But yeah, that's been the conversation today. I just wanted to have a little chat about labor, unpaid labor. And I think it should also be called unseen labor, because it's there, but people just ignore it, which is quite sad if you think about it. Because without that, all these other things wouldn't be happening. So appreciate the free labor that you get and don't downplay it, because it's a lot. It takes a lot from someone. And for someone to give that much, it does take a lot. We are going to listen to Sero, Kasioki wa Mitumba. There's a line in this song where I'm like, Sero, stop lying. When she says macho yako ya mbulu. Wambua does not have blue eyes. I am sorry. But Wambua does not have blue eyes, okay?
Pawa Radio. Tune in and power up.
Habari Kasioki wa Mitumba, mimi kwa maina nisiombua. Nimekuwa nikikujeki kwa muda, ninafanya kazi pale kwa mama Wambua. Ukweli ni nimenoki macho yako ya hulu. Me and you, we can stick like glue. We can elope, we can go to Kiambu. Please say yes, say you love me true. My dear Kasioki, come I tell you something about the way I feel I love you. My dear Kasioki, come I tell you something about the way I feel I love you. My Kasioki, come and love me. My Kasioki, I love you. My Kasioki, come and love me. My Kasioki, I love you. Kasioki wa Mutumba. Handsome boy, always looking nice. I am ready to be your wife. Look at me, I have beautiful smile. And I can cook food of any kind. Na sitasema unipeleke Amerika. Mimi hata mudhoko nitakula. Na kama una mimi nitatafuta. Juu nimeamua ni Kasioki wa Mitumba. Nadia Kasioki, come I tell you something about the way I feel I love you. My dear Kasioki, come I tell you something about the way I feel I love you. My Kasioki, come and love me. My Kasioki, I love you. My Kasioki, come and love me. My Kasioki, I love you. Nina kupromisi sitakualbreki. Kasioki wa Mitumba, njoni kupende. Nina kupromisi sitakualbreki. Kasioki wa Mitumba, njoni kupende. Ewe Kasioki, we Kasioki, Kasioki wa Mitumba, njoni kupende. Ewe Kasioki, we Kasioki, Kasioki wa Mitumba, njoni kupende.
Baddest and the realest ones around me. Only want the realest ones around me. Everybody knows it's your so everywhere I go, they go. I had what you need. You had me and told me I should wait. You worship your friends. You lost me and now you lost your way. Every time, see you tryna hit me like on every line. How you fumble me, I had switching so fine, and you weren't moving right, so you got left behind. Yeah. Blow up like 4th of July. Got the crowd moving side to side. Watching me move, he hypnotized. I'm marching back, they know the vibe. So tell me how you feel. Don't take it personal, yeah. It could be worse, you know. Cause it's so plain to see. You want the fame, I know. It's not the same no more. So what's up? Looking in your eyes, I know it's tough, but I need to say this. I'm not here for you to play with. Where were you when I needed company? Did you wait on me? No. All I ever did was play nice, but no more. I need some air. Air. We need some air. Air. Yeah, yeah. Blow up like 4th of July. Got the crowd moving side to side. Watching me move, he hypnotized. I'm marching back, they know the vibe. So tell me how you feel. Don't take it personal, yeah. It could be worse, you know. Cause it's so plain to see. You want the fame, I know. It's not the same no more. I need some air. I need some air. I need some air. I need some air.
Pawa Radio. Tune in and power up.
That was Beatty and Karun with Personal. And before that, of course, we were listening to Kasioki wa Mitumba by Sero. This was actually a different version to the song. It's more of a remix. It's called remix, whatever it's called. But yeah, that's been our show today. We'll be playing like one final song to close off the show. But I hope you are going to have a lovely week ahead of you. Don't forget that we'll be back here on Wednesday from 11 a.m. through to 1 p.m. But don't go anywhere. We'll still have like some amazing shows coming your way. We have Sharia Dive. We have the Power Breakfast Show. So just usiende mbali, usiende popote. To end our song today, I'm gonna play one end the show today. We're gonna play a Lover Girl song. This particular song is called Sweet Matunda. Sweet Matunda is by Ethan and Watenda Wheelie. It's, again, Lover Girl anthem. Thank you so much for spending your time here. Remember, you can follow us on social media at Power Radio. That is PAWA Radio. We are available on most of the platforms. So if you search and you don't find us there, it's probably because we are not there. But if you search and you find us there, follow us. I will see you back here on Wednesday. Have yourself a lovely, lovely new week.
Power Radio. Tune in and power up.
They say it in my pockets are only coins and broken dreams, but it's alright. It doesn't matter what they say, wataongea anyway, any day. You and I both know the shit I can't afford, but I can't afford to lose you. Cause it's so hard to find mdem hawezi mind. Sazile hakuna kitu, tuna spend some quality time, and it's so hard to find mdem hawezi mind. Sazile hakuna kitu, tuna spend some quality time, and it's alright. Baby, you are my woman, the words to my Luca, sweet Matuna. You are my woman, the words to my Luca, sweet Matuna. nasikia kadishika poa, na feel ni kama tuko kwa ndoa, na hiyo ndiyo ficha nataka. Baby, keti hapa, wacha mi leo nipige dasta. You deserve a break, you deserve to feel my love in every single way. 'Cause it's hard to find mdema wezi mind. Sazile tuna kitu, tuna spend some quality time. It's so hard to find mdema wezi mind. Sazile tuna kitu, tuna spend some quality time, and it's alright. Oh, 'cause you are my woman, the words to my Luca, sweet my too.